welcome back to Planners and Wine. My name is Myra.
And I am Meg. Welcome back, everybody.
Yay, welcome back to another week, and we are actually recording this time.
Yes, we are actually recording, and I'm so excited to be here chatting with Myra. Recording this episode a tinge early because it's coming out the weekend after Easter, and obviously we're not going to record on Easter. We got, family things and stuff to do.
Yeah, shout out to Jesus. Yeah,
there we go. There we go. So we are recording this on Good Friday. Myra, how has your week been?
It's been kind of chaotic. I feel like I just was looking at the calendar. I'm like, man, it's already May.
It's gonna be May.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And May the 4th. Shout out to Star Wars fans out there.
Period.
It's Cinco de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of good stuff in May.
Mother's Day, end of the school year. Yeah.
Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of good things to come. Yep. But I'm like, I still don't have Ashton in the I was gonna say after school summer program yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I am on 3 wait lists, y'all.
No way.
Crazy. And I call myself starting early.
The girls must have been on it in January. Like,
yeah, I said I gotta do better.
Up, they must have added themselves to the summer camp list.
That's why I need to be that mom next year. Because I just
crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm planning on only him having summer camp a few weeks. Like, he's not going to be there the whole summer, but I need this kid doing something.
Yeah, for sure.
He has to be out of the house this summer. He's becoming a gamer kid and just want to watch TV. I can't have him sitting here all summer.
I agree. I totally agree. The struggle is real. And I mean, this school year has just really flown by so fast. I can't believe it's already about to be the summertime again. And then we're going to have 2 little second graders. Crazy work.
I know.
Crazy work.
Ashton asked about his cousin. His cousin, Megan, he refuses to call her Mason.
He said close enough. It starts with an M.
It starts with an M.
That's fine.
He's like, oh, next weekend, can we go to the beach with my cousin Megan? I'm like,
God, that's so sweet.
We'll make it happen eventually, but it ain't gonna be next weekend.
No, girls. Well, especially, I think I saw a TikTok and it was like, do yourself a favor and don't tell your kids you going nowhere like a vacation or anything until the day that you leaving, because they are going to drive you insane. And I'm like, that's real.
Yeah. I didn't tell Ashton about that trip until literally like a few days before.
Yeah, because they don't forget about it and they ask about it every day.
And he did as soon as he found out.
Absolutely.
Every day.
Is he over the school year? Because Mason is totally over the school year. She is so checked out.
Yeah. They've been working hard though. I get it.
They have.
He don't want to get up.
I know.
None of that. But
it's a struggle.
Only a few more weeks though.
We almost there. Almost to the finish line. And then like sometimes she'll be happy that the school year is almost over, but then she'll be sad because she's gonna leave her teacher, and then she'll be sad again because she's like, second grade is gonna be so hard. And then she happy because she's gonna be a big kid. It's just a wave of emotions.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
It's a lot. It is. Yeah. It is. But yeah, everything has been good over here too. Just trucking along. We're getting some really good weather the past couple of days after lots and lots of rain and tornado watches and all that. So it's really nice to have some nice, pretty springtime weather before it gets hella hot, because that's coming.
Yeah, it felt really good today. This is the first day where I was like, oh, like I can go for a quick walk and
love it.
Yeah. But I'm just not ready for too hot. Can we get a few weeks of spring? I feel like we just go from cold, slight spring for a day or two and then hot as hell.
I totally agree. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is.
I ain't ready for hot as hell yet.
I'm not either. But yeah, y'all, this is going to be a good episode. We got lots of fun things to talk about. It's never too late to join our Patreon crew. We'll be doing a live bonus episode next week. So if you're hearing this, we'll be doing it in like a day. If you're listening to this on Thursday, so you can still join the Patreon and hang out in our live bonus episode where we're going to talk about all the things. And there are lots to talk about right now. Lots to talk about.
Oh, my favorite parts is the stuff that is not recorded. Like, we be having the key. We really have a good time. So come join. Yep. And y'all know we need to build our little communities, because it's about to be a rocky ass 4+ years.
Agreed. Totally agree. All right, y'all. So we are back, and we have lots and lots of stuff to talk about this week. There's a situation going on. I don't know if you heard about the situation, Myra, with Conair and this. Okay, yes.
That brush thingy.
Girl, yes. So there is a minority-owned business called Bounce Curl. They make some really great curly hair products. I've used their products over the years. Really fantastic. Shout out to them. But unfortunately, they had something stolen from them by a much bigger brand that we all have heard of, Conair, heavy on the con. Because why are you doing this? So Bounce Curl created this curly hair brush that like defines your curls like individually. So really, really unique brush. And I believe they have like the patent for that brush, because I think, probably all types of, the Sheins and Temus of the world have probably tried to steal this before. So it is patent. But then a few days ago, Conair started teasing their new product, and people had suspicions that it might be this because it just kind of looked like this from the pictures, even though the pictures were kind of blurred out. But then they ended up debuting it, and lo and behold, it is basically identical to the Bounce curly hair brush, even down to the color.
Down to the color.
Yeah.
How does this work if it's patented? And it's also like, even if it's patented, like a small business can't go up against somebody that mighty too.
Like, and I feel like Conair probably knows that.
Yeah.
And that's why they still did it, which, it really sucks, because this was a really great opportunity for them to maybe like partner with Bounce Curl if they really love their brush and have it, manufactured and marketed on a much bigger scale while still like compensating Bounce Curl properly and respecting the fact that they came up with this first, because especially with this design of this brush, this is only something that somebody with naturally curly hair would even think of. And I'm willing to bet that Conair probably ain't got nobody on their team who would even use this. So where does this idea come from?
Yeah. I mean, like, the tool is specifically for separating, defining curls, and it's just like you said, nothing that someone who has type, what is it, type A1?
A2,
type A level of hair would even think of. Like, you just would not have these problems that this tool will solve. And it's just so messed up, because I mean, I think it would have gave even more publicity to Conair if they would have collaborated.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Like, what do you think, or what do they think? Like, oh, just small fish.
Nobody's gonna care.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna care. Like you said, they are small fish in a big pond. It's plenty of hair products and hair tools. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna make a big deal out of it. And I feel like if we were like in, the summer of 2020, the Conair would have took it upon themselves to partner with Bounce Curl and put in the effort and did it that way. But I feel like with the landscape of now and the past like year or so, they felt like they were just free to do whatever they wanted and nobody would care. But they were dead ass wrong, because they've already had to turn off their comments on TikTok because the girls have been going in. I'm mad that I did not catch this in time to be able to join, because by the time I was on to it, they had turned off their comments.
I seen too.
Exactly, because this was such a shitty thing to do to a small minority-owned, woman-owned business.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because I mean, Conair, is your audience even curly haired people? Like, is that even your audience? Because I mean, as you know, because I am a girl, I know of the brand, but honestly, because I am a curly haired girl, you are not, I'm not the target demographic. So I don't even know why they even put out this tool.
I know.
Is that your target demographic? But
that's the thing, because the target demographic are the people who in their comments going the fuck off. So I don't understand. I do not understand. And as of right now, I don't think that they've made any comments. I mean, turning off their comments is a statement.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they made any comments outside of that. But anything outside of an apology, we're going to pull this product and or compensate Bounce Girl is not sufficient. So
yeah. And Bounce Girl was in the comments of videos just kind of supporting them, saying that they're like heartbroken and appreciate the like support and everything. But that has to suck, because it's like I'm sure they probably feel helpless. Like, they have the patent or whatever, but who can take on Conair? It's fucking Conair. It's like trying to take on Walmart or something.
No, exactly. But you know what? Like you said, like the community cares, the demographic who actually would use this cares. Hopefully this is getting big enough to where anybody who would actually want something like or need something like this will go to Bounce Girl and not to Conair.
Yeah.
So, hopefully they will get punished in that way if they don't do anything to make amends for the situation. But yeah, it's just really sad that this is where we are, that brands still have no problem doing this to small businesses.
Feel bad to whoever Conair social media manager is. Ooh, they got the Instagram comments turned off too.
Girl, now they having a rough week. The girl said, we can find you on IG too. You can't hide from us. Yikes.
What's funny, like, you are freaking kind. They had a Wicked collab. Like, who can go up? Like, bitch, you have a collab with fucking Wicked. Like, come on. And then it's so funny. Like, I'm looking at seeing who the demographic is. Not Tamara, one of the people on here.
Girl, I saw that too. Tamara, go end that relationship with them. I bet I see her with that Conair damn brush.
But I mean, most of these people, like, even if they have curls, it's because they curled their hair with a wand. Like, these are not curly headed people.
It's not the natural curly hair community. Yeah.
Weird, but
it's so weird.
I love it when they just shut everything down. Dead giveaway. Y'all know y'all wrong. Y'all getting eaten alive. Y'all
you get eaten alive. I love it. I love that for them. Oh my God, we got so much foolery on the agenda today because we have to talk about feminism in space. And
I seen them like do a little promo like as they are walking, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna check out because I know there's about to be some damn bullshit.
And was your intuition don't play.
Don't play. Why is Gayle in the spacesuit? I said, no, I don't need it.
It wasn't even like a real spacesuit. It was like a bodysuit or something made by Versace or some or Oscar de la Renta or something. Me? Yes, girl. Yes.
They had designer spacesuits.
I mean, they spent more time in glam than they did in space. Everybody full beat. That took longer than 11 minutes, and that's how long they were in space. Absolutely. Girl, and Katy Perry, she let her, I think she previewed or debuted her track list for her tour that ain't nobody going to in space. I mean, come on.
I'm sorry, I was drinking, y'all, but now she tried to beat Beyonce. Remember Beyonce at the Super Bowl had those things?
Beyonce did do that. Beyonce did it first.
She tried to drop the track. Oh God! Didn't Katy have to like cancel her tour like a year or so ago? Like, wouldn't because the tickets wouldn't sell in?
Girl, I think Katy has worked with like Dr. Luke on her like flop Feminism single, and Dr. Luke had a controversy where he might have allegedly like sexually like assaulted or harassed Kesha. Like that was a whole thing.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. So like her working with him, especially for like a record about feminism, it was just so Katy Perry been moving weird for a few years now, and this was really just the icing on the cake of something just really like tone deaf and ridiculous. And I feel like had they tried not to force everybody to take it so seriously, it probably wouldn't have been such a big deal. Like, don't act like you're doing something so big for like feminism or for humanity. Like, just say this is space tourism, because that's what it is. Like, this is what
exactly what it was.
The rich people are bored and they're going to space now. So, I mean, everybody knows that that's what it is. And it's sad because there were two women who were a part of this who actually have gotten overshadowed by this whole thing. I think one is like this woman, she's like a macrobiologist or something like that. This other woman had aspirations of being an astronaut, but they got put off from that because of like a horrible like sexual assault situation. So like those women should have been the focus of this. And I hate that I don't even have their name. Let me look up their name real quick just so we can give them a shout out, because they have been overshadowed.
Katie was in the sky too?
Yeah, girl. She was a firework.
Oh.
Yeah.
Firework.
She was a firework.
I even like Katie on Drag Race this season. Like, I feel like everything she does is forced. It's like she wants to be this like pop icon, like the diva. She wants to, not like Beyonce, but that's the only person I can think of, right? Like a Gaga. I guess I'll give it that. And she's forcing it. It's awkward. I
agree.
Dropping the tracks in space is insane, girl. She really tried to. Did she press the button in space too? Is that recorded?
I'm not sure what she was doing.
I'm glad I tapped out of this because I just don't. I was like, this about to make me mad. Let me just move on.
Girl, it was so dumb. So, okay, I think the former NASA rocket scientist was Aisha Bowie, and then a bioastronautics research scientist was Amanda Wynn, and I think everybody else was some type of, celebrity, like Jeff Bezos' girlfriend went on this or whatever. And like I said, like, if they would have just stopped trying to act like they were saving the world, like nobody would have cared that much about this. But since they acted like that, and this is just at a moment where so much stuff is happening around the world. Trans women are being attacked via legislation in multiple other countries and stuff. So much is happening here with, this administration trying to, mess with education and all these mass deportation. It's just so much going on that everybody's like, one, this money could have been well better spent somewhere else. And two, y'all are not saving the world. Like, y'all are literally doing this from a country where women's rights are being stripped away, and you're talking about feminism just because you went to space, even though women have gone to space before. Like, please
spare us.
Literally,
like we got bigger problems to be worrying about. Like, the whole production of it all was wild.
And then Gayle had the audacity to have an attitude because they asked her,
Gayle, please.
They asked her on like ET or something about how she feels about the backlash, and she gonna say some shit like, "Have you been to space?" No, Gayle, we're poor. That's the point.
Hi, Gayle. I'm still mad at you from that Meg the Stallion interview. You was already on thin ice.
Still not letting her live that down. Yes,
but feminism, because you definitely wasn't doing it in that interview,
girl. Exactly. So allegedly, and I don't know if this is a joke, but allegedly the next crew is supposed to be like Angel Reese, Drewski, other really hilarious people. And I'm like, you know what? I feel like those people are not going to act like they were saving the world, and this will actually probably be okay. Because I think that's the whole problem. They tried to act so high and mighty, like they really did something, calling themselves astronauts. It is like, you didn't do, like, this was a glorified carnival ride. Like, stop it.
The timing of all of it was so wild because we just got the two astronauts back down from them being up there for 9 months.
Yeah.
They should have kept their asses up there for 9 months. Besides
all right. You know what? Katy Perry should have did her tour from space. That would have ate.
Yeah.
That would have ate. She would have ate the girls up.
Flowing through space. Oh my God. I hope the tour does well this time, Katie. I don't know what happened last time, but best of luck to you.
There ain't nobody going to that tour. Ain't nobody take like Katy Perry had. I mean, I'm definitely not going to minimize or take away from her impact on pop music. Okay, because
Yeah.
Katy Perry back in the early teens was that girl. Like her first two albums were really everything. I will give it to her, but she has totally fallen off, and I think this was her last attempt at relevancy, and it has totally blown up in her face.
I think she
Totally
just
blown up in
tried
her
too
face.
hard. She
Yes.
tried too hard.
The self-importance is what really kills me. Like they
Yeah.
really just think they did something. It's like, no, ladies. If there are actually things that y'all could do right here on Earth that will actually make a much bigger impact in feminism. But you don't.
Yeah, but you don't.
You don't.
Gayle can't even interview with feminism in mind.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
exactly.
free.
And that's free. Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about Coachella. So Coachella has been such a hot topic. I feel like the entire Black community like discovered Coachella car camping all at the same time this past week.
That's not something we do. So this is news to us.
Clearly, right. And full disclosure, I had only discovered it last year because I started following this guy who went by himself to Coachella, and I just love the way he talked about it or whatever. Mm-hmm. He does the whole car camping thing or whatever too. But yeah, like apparently this is a part of festival culture that people camp. People do it at Bonnaroo, apparently. Don't give me the line. I can't even name no other music festivals. I don't know.
Yeah, Coachella is all I know. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I probably would not have known Coachella before Baychella.
Period.
So
period. Exactly. But the Coachella lineup this year was pretty good because they had Lady Gaga. They also have it for 2 weekends. So Gaga is back there this weekend too. Her performance was phenomenal. I love Lady Gaga. I have always been a Lady Gaga stan. The only thing that I did not appreciate were the delusional stans trying to act like Gaga-Chella has replaced Beachella as the best Chella of all times. And let's just be clear, and I think that Lady Gaga would agree with me, there would be no Gaga-Chella without Beachella. We would not be even calling it that without Beachella. So let's just keep it a buck. Like both of them can be great in their own ways for sure. They don't always have to be competing and compared to each other. But Beachella is Beachella, period.
Yeah, I mean, that's yet another thing that she changed. Like, people weren't doing full-blown productions like that until she had that. So, also, why we always got to pin one another? Like, Telephone is great, and I'm really waiting on part 2. So,
girl,
can Gaga just be great on her own? So
girl, Gaga and Beyonce love each other. Like Lady Gaga is a Beyonce stan. She is certified Beehive. I don't think that she would appreciate the comparisons at all. But I really think the stans are just always so anxious to try to knock Beyonce down a few pegs and take her down some type of way. And it's not gonna stick. It's not going to stick. Hell, I've seen more clips of Beachella this week than I've seen the Gaga-Chella. No shade. And that was 7 years ago. So stop it.
Yeah.
Gaga don't want this. Lady Gaga does not want this. So just like with the Billy fans, they was doing all that. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? Like your fave don't agree with you.
That's weird. Why do they do that? Why do they do that?
They so weird. They hate that Beyonce is Beyonce.
It's not her fault.
It's not.
It's not her fault. She's just existing in her own skin.
Exactly. Cozy. Literally.
That's all she's doing.
Exactly. Meg the Stallion, she performed at Coachella as well. I'm really pissed off that she was not a headliner. She should have been one of the main headliners because her set actually ended up getting cut off on the very last song, which was really messed up, and it better not happen this weekend. But
yeah, that was messed up.
So ridiculous.
I call racism on that.
Y'all could give Meg 3 minutes, and it was to do Mamushi. Is that how I pronounce it? It was the dude on Motion. Do that.
Bop.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
So they better not play with her. They better not play. But yeah, her performance was so great. She brought out Sierra, and Victoria Monet. Was that it? Was she bring out anybody else? I think it was just them two.
Right? Yeah, it was just them two.
So good. So fantastic. Also Green Day was one of the headliners. It was so good to see one of those bands that we grew up on, and they were there giving a huge FU to MAGA, which was
keep that same energy. They've been on that shit. They've been on that shit. And I love that they keep staying on their necks, especially when the MAGA was like trying to use American Idiot as the reason why they weren't voting Democrat. And it's like, Green Day don't y'all don't get Green Day.
Y'all don't have exactly.
This song is about you.
Literally,
this play is about y'all
and American Idiot. Exactly. Okay, they also had Missy Elliott and T-Pain at Coachella and Tyler. So the lineup was
Chloe Bailey.
Was she there?
Yes.
At Coachella?
Yes.
I didn't see any clips of her.
She looks amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Her body is key.
Yeah, it is. She is
I don't
amazing.
know what she was
believe
thinking.
I didn't see any clips of her. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I'll find some and send them to you. I'm like,
some clips. I love her.
Auntie look good. She looks amazing. And I love that she was up there.
I'm holding out hope that her and Halle will get back together and work on some music together and go on the tour. Because we really got cheated because, you know, their first album came out during COVID. So we didn't get like the whole like tour with them and stuff. Because I would love to see them. And I know they want to do their whole solo thing. And I respect that, more power to them. But I just like them better together. I do. I just think I feel like their voices just like belong together. Yeah, they really, really do. And it always like whenever I hear just one of them, it just kind of sounds like it's missing something to me, you know. So I hope they run it back and come back together because that'll really just piss DDG off. And you know that'll piss her baby daddy off real bad if she has a hit album on the charts. And we love that.
Why he was forcing Halo to dance to his music.
He don't stop. He don't stop. He don't quit.
Oh man. But yeah, just give us one album. Y'all ain't gotta fully get back together. Just one album, please.
Just one album. Exactly. But yeah, this year's Coachella was really, really great. And I'm excited to see all the clips from Weekend 2. And I think just watching people car camp is really fun. Like I could never, but I love that for them. And it looks like a good time.
I love the outfits. I don't really know most of the people, but I love seeing like what people put together and like what they wear. Also, I'm like, aren't y'all hot? But sometimes some of the performances at night, I know it get cold in the desert.
Yes,
so it makes sense. But
that's the thing. Yep. And speaking of concerts, y'all, it is almost time for the Cowboy Carter tour to start. I believe the first show is in about 10 days or something, in a week or something like that. I think it's like next week or week after next. It's at the end of April. I'm not sure of the exact date. But yeah, Cowboy Carter is about to be upon us. Yeah, girl.
I have been trying to keep it out of sight, out of mind because I feel like we always get tickets, but it's at the end of the damn tour. Just about. Like, why do we do this to ourselves?
No, literally, yeah, we gotta wait until freaking July. But you know what I will say? With Renaissance, I did try really hard to avoid it. At some point, I just kind of gave up and started looking. But then when we went, I was still so surprised by so much of the stuff I saw that seeing stuff beforehand did not ruin it for me at all. So I'm definitely going to try to avoid a few Cowboy Carter things like as much as I can. But if I see something here or there, it's not gonna upset me too bad because I still think we're going to be able to get the full experience. Like being there is very different than just seeing it on TikTok. Like 1,000,000% different.
You have to be in the building. Even if you get the 2 hands to heaven seats, like it's still an experience.
Because we had them.
We did.
We did. But we we was up as high as Katy Perry them was. But we still enjoyed it.
Still levitated even higher.
Exactly. But this time we won't be there.
We will not.
We will not be there.
Oh, the first date is the 28th.
Yep.
So literally this coming Monday from when y'all hearing it. So
what is the first city?
Inglewood, California.
Oh yeah, at SoFi Stadium. Okay, yeah. So in LA. Yeah. So yeah, y'all. It is upon us. I am so excited. Myra, how is the outfit hunt coming? How we doing?
I don't know what the hell I'm doing at this point. I've bought so many like pieces.
Yeah, same.
Some of these bitches going back.
Same.
But,
yeah. Same.
I don't know. I did get like a jean, like not a jumper. I guess it's a one piece. I was like, oh, I could do that with maybe just a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, call it a day. But I'm like, oh, that's boring. So then I bought this like lace jumpsuit.
Oh,
white lace.
Cute. Yeah.
Cluts, and I'll have like mustard or something on it. So I'm like,
no, I'm very scared about wearing white. I have a white outfit as well. It's like a white denim dress, like a short dress. I'm very terrified about wearing white. So it's not my finalized look. I'm not 100% sure. I might do that. I was thinking of like a long skirt with like a t-shirt. That's like giving like a little country vibe. I'm not sure yet though. It's just all over the place. Like you said, I've been buying pieces and just figuring it out. So yeah.
And then I wanted to do the stash thing too, or whatever they call
it. The sashes. Yeah.
But I don't know. Just random.
Yeah, I know. I got on my this is a Renaissance shirt. But she been doing this cowboy hat. Like she was giving us hints.
The signs are always there.
Entirety of Renaissance for sure.
That's why I'm still convinced the next part 3 is a rock album. Because she's been giving little hints to that too.
She has. She definitely has. She definitely has. She's not slick. But yeah, I am so excited to just see the Beehive experiencing Cowboy Carter. It is going to be such a good time. I am sick that we are waiting until July, but you know, it is what it is. That's just how it worked out. So
yeah. After a few times of me swiping past the clips, TikTok is like, oh, okay, you don't want to be bothered with Beyonce right now. So I'm gonna push through.
Just don't tell her. Don't tell her we don't want to be bothered. We just don't want to be too spoiled. We want to be surprised.
But after the Renaissance tour, after we seen it, it went right back. It's like it knew. Like, okay, it's back. Yeah.
And to this day, I'm still seeing new outfits from Renaissance. So I'm curious to see, like, obviously, you know, Cowboy Carter isn't nearly as many shows as Renaissance, but I'm sure she's going to be switching it up with the outfits in the wardrobe every night, every city, something like that. Because that's just what she does. And it's amazing.
So. Yeah, and I think with her being in like one city for like several nights allows her to be a little bit more creative instead of like, you know, traveling basically every other day. Agreed. So I'm excited either way. Too. It's gonna be good.
Me too. And you know what? I don't know, because we already been kind of speculating about her having like some of the people who were on Cowboy Carter like on tour with her as well. Her new Levi's commercial with Willie Jones in it really set that into overdrive for me. Like, I'm going to be shocked if none of the people who are on her album are on this tour. I'm going to be very, very surprised, like as an opener or something. So, which will be really fun. It will be really, really fun.
I would love to see Shabuzi. I need Shabuzi to get some more stage presence though, but I could tell like the more I see him,
it's coming.
It's getting there. Yeah.
Oh my God,
so probably by the time July, if he's there, we'll get a good show.
Shabuzi. I would really love to see Tanner Adele too. I really, really like her. Have you been seeing stuff about her on social media? Because she's been talking about her extremely tragic adoption story. Have you seen anything like that?
She adopted?
Yeah, so her mom had an affair or something, and she was a product of that affair, or at least her mom thought she was, and she ended up putting her up for adoption. And so years later, her brother from, you know, her mom's other son found her, and then they did like a DNA test and everything, only to find out that she actually was her father's child. She wasn't the product of the affair, and she had basically been put up for adoption for no reason. And her mom has since passed away, so she was never even able to meet her and talk about it, resolve it, none of it. But her mom thought that she was a product of an affair. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
So insane.
I hate to say it, but that's a product of good music making.
Well, you know what? They say, look, country music comes from like tragedies and stuff.
That's one of them. Because that will be a mind fuck for me.
Isn't that insane?
Did she always know she was adopted?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I think her adoptive parents are white.
Oh, okay.
And I think she's biracial, or I'm not 100% sure she's biracial or not, but yeah, it's just a whole thing. She talks about her adoptive family too, because apparently they weren't so great. Girl, sister got some trauma, and I don't blame her at all. Because I mean, can you imagine your mom giving you away because she thought that you were a product of an affair, and you weren't? You weren't.
That's messed up.
Shout out Tanner Dale. I need her on this tour. Okay, I need her on this tour.
I was gonna say something problematic, but I'll save it for later.
Probably best.
I'll save it. Damn, that is crazy.
Isn't it so crazy? I was in shock, honey. Shock. But yeah.
But she pushing through. Look at her now.
She is pushing through. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go too deep into the situation because I'm sure everybody, if you have ears and you are aware of what is going on in the world right now, you are aware of the situation with Kilmar Abrego Garcia and this disgusting administration and what they are doing. So I just wanted to send a shout out to, him and his family and just acknowledge the situation because it's horrible. And if one person in America does not have due process, then none of us has due process. It does not matter if you are a citizen if you are not given an opportunity to prove it. So, this should be scary, a scary wake-up call to literally everybody who thinks that this is no big deal. And if your only issue with the Trump administration is the tariffs because of your business, you're not listening enough and you don't care enough and you're still a part of the problem.
And I'm happy that your core audience is dragging you for it. But
Myra always got to take it too far. Oh my God.
But also, you know who I'm mad at is those comedians that were just like free speech, and none of them are saying anything right now.
I mean,
like you should be infuriated right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. There's silence from a lot of people right now, and there shouldn't be because this is hella sad and just really bad. It's a very, very bad situation. I hope they're able to bring him home to his family because it's disgusting and nobody is deserving of being treated like an animal. I mean, they don't even treat animals this bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just really, really gross.
Yeah.
So, you want to talk about the Too Much Unhinged Unbothered podcast because those are 3 separate podcasts who got too much going on right now.
If you missed, if you watched the what was the other Call Her Daddy debacle, like after it happened, this is very similar to that. So if you want to be in real time of another podcast exploding, then tap into this because this is insane.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Short summary of it: 2 women, Chloe and Emma, started a podcast together when they barely knew each other. Issue number 1. A year and a half into it, Emma decided that she no longer wanted to be a part of the podcast anymore. So she sent Chloe several emails about dissolving the podcast, which Chloe did not respond to immediately. In the meantime of this, Emma started her own podcast and attempted to change the passwords on the social media accounts in a attempt to get Chloe's attention, I guess, and to get Chloe to get in contact with her. Chloe changed the password back to something that Emma does not know about. She also deleted all the Unbothered Wait, it was Unhinged. It was Unhinged at first.
Yeah.
If she changed all the Unhinged accounts to remove everything from that show, including Emma, and changed it to her new podcast of Unbothered. And now here we are a couple months into it, and Emma is trying to probably sue Chloe. I wouldn't be surprised because I mean Chloe basically kind of stole the podcast. So yeah, it's a shit show, and they're both talking about it on their respective podcasts, which are called Too Much and Unbothered.
Can you imagine being the new co-host? Like, what is that conversation like? Like,
I know.
Is she on those episodes, or is it just Chloe on the episode herself? I don't know.
I've only listened to one of Chloe's episodes, and it was where she was talking about this situation with Emma. It was only like 10 minutes long, and it was just her. There wasn't a co-host on that one. Emma's was like an hour long talking about the whole thing, and it was only her as well. So I don't know if she has it. I'm assuming it's mostly just her because she's the only person on the cover a photo for it, but it's a hot mess. What advice will we give to people who want to start a podcast with their friend? Let's look at it from that perspective to help people avoid situations like that, because here we are 5 years into doing our podcast, have never had an issue even close to anything like this. So I feel like we can give advice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can imagine like just emailing you being like, we need to dissolve the podcast. Like, you have my number.
That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's crazy work.
Which goes to the advice of, I just feel like podcasts just should not be started with people who don't know each other, unless it's a situation and I'll say, unless it's a situation where like maybe a company owns it. Yes. And they're bringing in different
and talent. Y'all are purely just hosts.
Yeah, y'all are just the talent. Yes. But starting it and building the business and having the money aspect of it, sharing the passwords, like, don't start nothing with nobody you don't know.
Yeah.
Because high key, even if you know the person, it can go left too. But 100%. I think it's even more willing to go left to where y'all emailing back and forth talking about the podcast. If you don't know the person, like, that part just does not comprehend to me. Like, you just hit up another influencer and like, hey, let's start a show.
I don't even know how this happened. It's so weird. Because literally, like with Call Daddy, I think somebody said that Alex and Sophia just randomly met somewhere and they were having a conversation and people started listening to them and overhearing that conversation, and that's how they decided to start the podcast all of a sudden. I don't know if that's a fairy tale or if that's really the story. But either way, like you said, like, shit can get tricky in business when it is somebody that you know and have a relationship with. I can only imagine if it's somebody that you barely know and y'all are trying to build a relationship while also building a business. That feels very dangerous to me.
Yeah. And is clearly this is the second one that we know of that has blown up on like that. But that just does not. I think podcasts to me are so intimate.
Yes.
And for it to work, how do y'all even get successful? Because y'all don't even have the history or relationship to have
to where it makes sense. Yeah, exactly.
So it just doesn't really click. But that will be my advice. I think people just, I mean, you obviously don't know how big it's gonna go until you start it, right? But I think people just think podcasting is just turning on a mic, and there's so much that goes into it. Agreed. That it helps to know the person. It helps to know that person's work ethic or you know, where their headspace is. Because you think you're just coming here to just chit chat and talk, but they might not have the energy to edit and post and do the promo
or
and all
skills
that stuff.
To do that type of stuff. Exactly.
So, and that could cause friction in it too. So I just think this is so much, unless it is a company that is bringing in the talent. If you're going to start a podcast, don't call somebody or DM somebody in the planner community, like, can we make a planner podcast? Like, the
Yeah.
recipe for disaster.
I agree. I think my advice really just goes back to making sure y'all have like a relationship and some type of foundation as well, to make sure that you're on the same page and know who is responsible for what, who's going to do what, and make sure that never gets clouded. And also, something that I think has helped me and Myra a lot is that neither me and Myra are passive aggressive people. We're both just aggressive.
Yeah, emailing is very passive.
So yeah, exactly. So if we have an issue, like, neither one of us are just gonna stew on an issue for months until it becomes so big that we literally don't want to do the show anymore. Which it kind of sounds it has happened with this situation. Like, Emma didn't go into detail about why she wanted to leave the podcast, but she did say that it was something ongoing for a while, and I feel like it was not squashed.
It was not addressed.
Yes, and it was not addressed how it should have been. So yeah, like, we don't do that. Like, if we have an issue, like, we literally gonna talk about it the same day, girl. It's not gonna be 6 months later. I'm gonna be telling Myra, hey, I want to end the podcast because it's something you did to me 6 months ago that I haven't stopped thinking about. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't want to even have to deal with that. I get maybe like waiting a day or so, talking to your spouse or something like
down
that.
a little. Yes.
Yeah, but stewing on it for months is insane. So I mean, I guess that's a good tip too. Like, don't be passive. But
yeah,
a lot of people are passive. I feel like we're in the minority.
I think we are. A lot of people are very passive.
People don't like confrontation, and I'm like, I love it, but I just think it just
exactly.
Yeah, it just gets things done. Like, let's just get it done. And
just talk.
Also, I feel like people think like conflicts, not the drag race.
Oh my gosh, Lord.
But I think people see conflict as negative. And I don't think conflict is negative. Like, sometimes you have to have a conversation that may be a little bit uncomfortable. It actually builds the relationship better.
100%.
So, like, if you're not willing to do that, like, even if you start out of not knowing each other, but you're not willing to have conflict and have discussions, you're not building on that relationship.
That's true.
To build up the business. So
that's very true. I think you get closer to people after, like, if you have a conflict with somebody and you're able to handle it, like, and you see how other person handles conflict, you see that it don't have to get disrespectful, it don't have to get in the mud, and nobody's going for the jugular, and then, like, you see that you can, like, move on. It honestly kind of, like, adds like an extra layer of comfortability. Like, we can fight and be fine, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we have respect for each other. And I think every relationship, especially a business relationship, like, needs that, you know?
So, yeah, because things are gonna happen, and if y'all can't even get through a conflict with one another, like, how are you going to get through a business conflict, a contract with a brand or whatever?
No, exactly. Yeah,
that's
I feel like
so ghetto.
It's so and I definitely feel like we have gotten very lucky because, you know, we've had very little conflict with each other, and hell, most of our conflict be with other people, and we always team each other, so it's just worked out. It's just worked out. Even if it's a brand or somebody get on that nerves, it's us against them.
Yeah.
It's not us against each other.
Also, I feel like, I don't know what the situation was with Emma and Chloe. Don't start a podcast expecting to make billions of dollars or, you know, I think they immediately went into it as a business instead of something that they actually enjoy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and
that's
that probably caused a little bit of friction as well. But I mean, luckily they had success fairly quickly, but that ain't the case for 90% of podcasts.
Girl, exactly. Probably 95%. I think it's a very, very small number of, like, podcasts who are extremely successful, make enough money for both people or multiple people to, you know, have full-time jobs. Exactly. Like, that is very, very rare. It's not impossible, but it's rare. And I think intention definitely makes a huge difference. Like, if that's your intention, just to get rich quick, like, be careful. It's probably not gonna work, but be careful. But
yeah, I think people are starting these podcasts off as business ventures, and I don't think podcasts should be looked that way. Like, it's nice if that works, but you know,
for sure. I mean, it's just been so monetized. Like, I can't fault people for thinking that, because you see all these companies, they'll throw a celebrity on the podcast and all of a sudden they got a hit pot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just been so monetized like that. I get it, but definitely got to check your intentions and make sure that y'all are on the same page. Make sure y'all have a good friendship, strong foundation before you venture into that, because it's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
It's hard. It's so hard. It's fun. That's why you need to have the passion for it in the first place, because the passion is what pushes you through.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. But yeah, if y'all want to get more information on this situation, check out the Too Much podcast or the Unbothered podcast, because that is the names of their new respective podcasts. So, and you can get both sides of the story. The very last episode that Emma just made.
Oh, it's called The Truth About Unhinged. Timeline, the receipts, the full story. Girl,
she ain't
it's a good listen.
She ain't
it's
playing.
Only 50 minutes, so you know, get a workout in and listen to the tea.
If you find Emma's Instagram page, she actually has a story highlight of receipts. So
it's the highlight for me.
Because that was another thing that happened. Chloe had put like online, had exposed like a portion of Emma's email where she said, where she said that she changed the passwords first or whatever. But Chloe's was cropped, so it didn't show that Emma had said, "Call me if you want the passwords back, then we can talk," or whatever. She cropped that part out.
Cropped that
out. Emma got the full email chain of all of their emails about the situation so far in a story highlight.
Well, I know what I'm gonna be doing tonight.
There we go.
Being in other people's business, my favorite pastime.
It's the best business to be in. All right, y'all. So we are back and we have some lunch season things to discuss. First things first, let's talk about the EC Life Planner lunch. Myra, I know you had something to say. Do you want to say that now, or do you want to talk about the lunch first and then get to
Are the stuff released?
It will be by the time this podcast comes out. Okay. I think they released all the sneak peeks and stuff. So I was just gonna talk about like the content of the release.
Well, I will say EC like tariff and planners real. If I was gonna buy something from them, that completely turned me all the way off. Not y'all giving MAGA bait, trying to be like, oh, we're not gonna raise our prices. Tariffs is not gonna affect them. All y'all accessories are not made in Texas.
True.
Let's be so for real.
Yeah, because remember that seasonal surprise box that was missing, or that, but also
it
was like missing an item because they did not get it in time. Where did that item come from?
It was probably on the boat because I had to, pay y'all tariffs to get it in here. Like I felt like that if the message was we're not raising our planner prices, you could have said that without mentioning tariffs. And I feel like it's low-key kind of shade to what Emily Lay is doing.
I think so too.
Whoever made that reel, yeah, don't y'all have enough problems? Didn't y'all creator of this brand do something very shitty in 2020? Like, what are y'all doing over there?
That reel to me, it like you said, it really was MAGA bait because it felt like it was courting all the people who stopped messing with EC because they fired Aaron. It felt like a please come back to us because it felt like it was to that portion of the community. And it was done in such a way that it was so slight that you might, if you don't know all the history and everything, that you could easily just write it off as nothing. But if you actually know the full history, especially about everything EC and everything that's going on now. Like it was very shady, and I feel like it was intentionally shady because, like you said, because of Emily Lay and how she is taking such a strong stance against the terrors, and also like the timing of this is crazy, especially when y'all don't even do like y'all like artist collabs anymore. So
yeah, and to the point of people in the comments who are making, like, it just feels like a slight to small businesses. And of course, the maggots were in there talking about, well, why would they defend their competitors? A small business that has to outsource their products is their competitor is Happy Planner.
Exactly.
Like that, these small businesses are not their competitors, and it was just shady for no reason. There was a way to do that same exact reel without mentioning tariffs. Like the same exact reel, imagery and everything. But I feel like that was a dog whistle to that crowd. And best of luck if they buy from y'all, because that crowd don't want a $60, $70 planner. They're not going to pay $89.99 for a daily duo.
Exactly. Yeah. Tacky. I think that's the best word for that reel. It was a very tacky reel. It was very tacky. As far as the launch
is tacky too.
Oh my gosh, I was not gonna say that. I'm disappointed by the lack of A5 because they pulled back on their A5 line a lot. I believe the only layout that's even available in A5 anymore is just the daily duo. There is no compact vertical. As far as I can see, I think that's completely done. They do have a new layout called the dashboard layout, but again, it's only available in 7x9. And honestly, in 2025, if it's not A5 or smaller, I'm not really interested. So it is what it is. But if you're a 7x9 girly,
hooray,
you can eat.
Yeah,
you better eat
yeah, yeah. And I mean, we know from the past, like with was it the black coil they got rid of?
Yes, girl, don't even. Oh, you bringing up old stuff. Oh my God, it hurts.
But they go by off the number. So, I mean, I can't blame them, which is funny for them to have that reel, but also y'all scaling down on the options that y'all have.
Yeah. So what's the why?
Yeah, because everything's made in house. Like, what, you printed there. So what's the deal?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Like,
yeah.
God, put it in the draft. Put it in the draft like that.
We need some more social media oversight for sure.
Yeah,
necessary. Like y'all can, if y'all want to use "Made in America" as a selling point, I don't personally love it because of obvious reasons.
Yeah, not
but
right
I
now.
feel like,
I mean, yeah,
you can do it, but I think you didn't even have to say nothing about the tariffs. I think that was just unnecessary. Y'all could have had the same reel without the line about the tariffs, and we probably wouldn't be having this conversation, because I'm not saying that y'all can't use that as a selling point. It's just not a selling point that I care about. Exactly. But to specifically talk about these fucked up, unfair tariffs, and you're so happy that it doesn't affect you, at least when it comes to your planners, cheap shot. It was a cheap shot.
It's very weird. Which, going back to the point, I'm sure those machines and all the stuff that you need, the paper and the ink, ain't homebred here in America. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was so weird.
Wasn't it a couple years ago, if I'm not mistaken, that EC had put out like their like employee stats, and they have somewhere around like 70% like Hispanic employees or something like that. Like y'all are highlighting tariffs in a time where you have an administration that is extremely like aggressive towards people of color, Hispanic people in particular, who is a majority of your company. The lowest level of your company, but still a majority of your
ones building the planners for sure.
The ones building the planners, exactly. So, not a cute look. Not a good look. I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed. That was very tone deaf. And again, I think this comes from whoever made that maybe don't have the full history of everything to know why that would be so incredibly tone deaf, coming from y'all of all people who probably just now got people out of your comments talking crazy a year or two ago. Like, Chill out.
Yeah, and high key people still on y'all neck because every time somebody be like, "Oh, can Aaron come back?"
Oh, which
Oh,
they always ask.
yeah, they always
They're
ask,
never gonna let that lady go.
and rightfully so. The people be in the
Mm-hmm.
comments like, no. So I mean, this is just this was just weird. It's just weird. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I feel like this was just a landmine you didn't even have to step on. Like
I
you
agree.
see where the landmine is and you still went and stepped on it. But like you
Yeah.
said, maybe some creator or social media person who's new to the company and doesn't really
Mm-hmm.
know the history of it. Cause I mean,
Mm-hmm.
not everybody is in deep like we are, but no excuse.
No excuse. Mm-mm. Not cool.
Yeah,
Happy Planner is their spring release available for sale?
it is.
Okay, so they have had their spring release. It's just, I mean, I don't want to beat this to death because I'm not gonna say
Like we
nothing
do though.
different. I'm not gonna say anything different than what we've been saying lately about Happy Planner. How it is just totally devoid of like any like creativity, cuteness, like uniqueness, like anything like that. And this spring release is just more of the same as far as I'm concerned. It just is not given what it was given a few years ago. But there might be hope for that because apparently the Stephanie Fleming family, not her, but like her family, like her mom and other people are back like it with a greater involvement in the company. I'm not sure of the full details. This is something they talked about on their live when they were talking about the spring release. So hopefully with them being back, this might bring some creativity back to the company, but you know, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the other than the Disney stuff, everything just feels very mismatched. Like
Mm-hmm.
they have this coffee core collection I'm looking at, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I feel like that could have been a really good collection, but it just lacks life, honestly. Um, which is it's just weird. Also, I
Yeah.
don't really understand them putting customized planners on their regular planner when they have a classic custom planner. Like
I
that's
mean,
weird.
it's so weird. Like, okay, the girls know that we can Franken plan these, but I
Yeah,
get
and
that
put some
that's what
note
it's
paper
supposed to
in.
give,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
not a customized planner because you're not customized. You're just buying it. It's so weird. Yeah, I don't get that
yeah.
either.
It makes me wonder if they are like SEO and like putting that in case somebody search like custom planner or whatever. Maybe it'll
Yeah,
pop up.
maybe
But
so. They could have
I,
came up with another word that would just describe this better, though. You
yeah,
know. Especially since, like you
yeah,
said, like do they still sell that planner that you could
hmm
actually custom? So what is
yeah.
that one called?
That one is called custom planner. The other one is customizable.
Girl,
Uh,
it's giving tomato. It's
yeah,
giving
yeah,
tomato.
yeah. Also, the new packaging of the value pack stickers.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a choice. So, I mean, if y'all haven't seen it, it's basically like
Mm-hmm.
a clear film in front of you. Ever got stickers from
Mm-hmm.
like Hobby Lobby? It's
Yeah.
like those, but also a choice. I don't know, I feel like that would be easier to tear up, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with
yeah.
you. It's just
The Disney
not
one still got the regular cover though, and on the stickers.
because Disney said we don't want that cheap shit, and that's why Disney's cost more too. Because
It
isn't it like
does.
$5 more or something
Yeah,
like
give or
that?
take, yeah.
Yeah, with Disney,
Mhm.
like, look, if people paying $25 for our sticker books, they probably should get like a real cover.
Yeah. Which I mean, I guess I'll take it. I don't know. But to your point, I do hope that some of the creativity really,
Mm-hmm.
I think what Happy Planner is missing now is those like collections. Like it feels like a
Yeah.
release, but this
Yes.
like
It's
other
so
than the
just
Disney,
jointed.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
random planners. Like it
Mm-hmm.
nothing feels
Where are the themes? Like, and you
yeah,
don't
there's no
need
theme.
10 themes, but maybe like 3 or 4 themes where you get a different planner with a different layout or a different size planners, notebooks, sticker books within that theme. Like, where is that? You don't need 10
Also,
of them.
enough with the pets. Positive seasonal dogs, perfect
Positive.
sit
Positive.
perfect season of cats.
Who
Enough.
as somebody who has both a cat and a dog, I
We
have
love
no
our
use.
butts.
I have no use for these. None. It's too much.
Yeah, I think
And
when they
then,
did it once,
yeah,
okay, like,
yeah,
why are we reusing?
right,
Yeah,
right. And then they have a new planner, well, a new layout called the Parenthood or something layout, and it has nothing to do with parenthood. Like, why not just call it like adulting or adulthood or something? Like, it has nothing specific to parents in it, and I don't get why you would have that when it might just put people who are not parents off of it, thinking that it's not for them. When there's nothing about this that makes it personalized for parents, like literally nothing. I don't get
no.
it.
And
I don't
is
get
that I
it.
think that's only in the custom planner, or do they have a specific I don't see it if they do.
I don't know.
But I think that layout is oh no, they do have it. It's called
Okay.
the Canvas Parenting Planner, which
Yeah,
I think it
parenting.
could yeah, I think it could be just household. Like it's nothing that says like
Household.
kids or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's a household planner.
But if you're not a parent, you might not even take a second look
Yeah, you
at
might
it
be
to
turned
know
off by
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is everyday things. Like the layout has meal plans. We all need to eat.
We all
Top
need to eat.
fives. We all, have that house
Yeah.
chores to buy and to
Mm-hmm.
do. And the other side is just the days of the week. So it's not.
What about that is
Yeah, it's
personal for
not.
parents?
Yeah, if there was
So
a section that said like kids to do or something like that, like
yeah.
okay, then yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I okay.
Very strange.
Yeah,
Very, very strange. Which, I mean, especially from a company who has always had like their faith planner that has like a specific area for like soap notes, which I don't think is something that's used by like every religion. That feels very like
Christian. Yeah.
Christianity driven or whatever. So you can get that specific for the faith planner, but then the parenthood planner is very non-specific, but then you still call it parenting. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
Household would have made way more sense. Household was right there.
I feel like it would have probably sold more too. I think some
Yeah.
of the something sold out. Hold on, let's see.
Was it
Especially
Paul?
no, it
Oh.
was it was the Cottage Charm customizable planner. Um
Mm.
I don't know if it's a different layout. Nope, it's just a vertical. It sold out though.
Did
Okay.
they have any parenting sticker books or notebooks or anything like that? Just that one planner?
It had a notebook, no sticker book.
Okay. See, that's what we're talking about. Have a full theme with the collection. A one notebook and a planner is not a collection.
Oh, I lied. It's stickers. It's called something else though. It's called pastel canvas that match
Wait.
the theme of the
Oh,
parenting notebook.
so it looks like the colors are the
Yeah.
same or something?
Yeah.
I was lost. Why y'all didn't call that parenting? Does it
But
have
they
anything
had
to do with parenting
it could
in
be
it?
just a typo because they do have an accessory pack too, and that's called parenting. Like parenting's on that, but not
Who
the
is doing the
stickers.
website?
I don't know.
Why
I don't know. It's a
why
rush
is nothing
job.
matching? Why is nothing matching?
It's a rush job. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Parent
Yeah.
planner.
The girls love a theme, and I feel like
I
they
do.
just that's what they're lacking is a
Yeah.
theme.
Like themes that make sense.
Yeah.
Because they clearly got some themes, but they got too many and they don't make a lot of sense. Because
Or
like
it's
with that
Disney.
coffee one, does the coffee one have like a planner and all that too, or is it just the stickers?
See that one, I feel like they could have really done it up with that one. It has a notebook,
Mm-hmm.
two vertical planners,
Okay.
a sticker pack. That's it. Oh, and a spiral planner. I don't. They keep trying to make fetch happen with those spiral planners.
Y'all just not gonna have everybody. Let the spiral girls
Yeah,
go.
I would rather y'all let the spiral go and give us like.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mini
Mm.
planner. It's a mini notebook.
Mm. Somebody out there love a mini happy planner. I can't.
Yeah, they could have really did something with this coffee one though. I
And
mean, like, who
then
doesn't love coffee?
right. So what are the other things? I'm not looking at the website Myra is right now.
Okay.
I'm
Mystic
trying.
blooms.
Okay.
It kind of looks like those like when you're in therapy and they show you them cards, those black ink cards. It
Oh
looks
yeah.
kind of like that. Um, that has a planner, a mini planner, mini vertical,
Okay,
and a sticker book. Then there's Serene Shapes.
Yet
I mean,
again,
honestly,
yeah,
the titles kind of describe, like, if you think Serene Shapes, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, and it's again like these things don't even tie into each other at all. They just don't, you know what I'm saying? They just feel so disconnected from each other. It's so weird. It's so weird. So yeah, hopefully, we are in for much better on down the line with Happy Planner, because yeah, what's been going on the past like year or so has just not been it. It has just not been it.
I guess the girls like the Cottage Charm. Oh, well, that's just one planner. There's no collection. It's just one planner.
What?
And that's the one that sold out.
Why not have a collection? I don't understand.
I mean, it's not cute. So...
Well, maybe that's why. Somebody thought it was cute, Myra. They sold it out.
They sold it out. They sold it out. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the disjointedness of it all. I don't know. I just miss the days when you're like, oh my God, I love this collection and I need all the things and the filler paper. There's no accessories. Remember the little like pouches and stuff?
Yeah.
There's no accessory. Only accessory for real are discs.
Yeah, y'all. Well, that's our show.
I just hate that we always come here. I just hope that moving forward, I will say they probably gonna get me on the Toy Story. I love me some Toy Story now.
Yes.
But they don't miss on the Disney stuff. They overdo it for sure, but they do not miss.
100%. I agree.
But yeah, I just hope to see something a little bit better moving forward. But we'll see. It'll probably be a year from now, honestly, because that's how long it takes for elections and stuff. But
bring the Squad Girls back. Not the Happy Planner Squad, but like Glam Girl, Miss Maker, you know what I'm saying? And not like the old sticker books, like make like some new ones. Like bring the girls back. I even like the little Squad Girl sticker books with like all the different girls and the different seasons and stuff. I used to eat those up. I love me a Color Story. The Color Stories were so good. I think they came out with something kind of similar to Color Story in this collection, but it's not. Yeah. It's not Color Story. So,
Yeah, they got rid of all the things that makes them pop. Also, it's funny that like they have a whole last page of this, and they're all say coming soon. Makes me wonder if they're stuck on the boat somewhere.
Well, they probably shouldn't be making any, reels.
And you know what? Happy Planner won't, because they know for sure they not the ones making it. They will not be doing that.
They have no right. Exactly. But yeah, y'all, let us know if y'all are shopping either one of these releases. Let us know what you think about it. I don't see myself getting anything from either one of these releases. I am tempted because I think the dashboard layout the EC has is pretty cool, but I'm just not a 7x9 girly, and I just don't. I'm using it. So if I were to get anything, it might be a daily duo, but I got a daily duo from last year that I didn't use. So I think I should just wait. They don't start till July anyway. Yeah. So which, you know what? I did see one cool thing. So somebody showed in their video that the new EC planners, they are still July starts, but they have the calendar for May and June in there. So if you want to do a little bit of pre-planning, you're able to do that because they'll have like the 2 calendar pages for each one, just not the weekly pages for those months. So I think that's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah.
And I think their dashboard page has a nice change too, but yeah, that reel just really put a bad taste in my mouth as well. I'm just not impressed.
I think it was to propel us, for people like us.
Yeah.
Hope they buy it, because them the same people that will complain about high prices.
100%. Yep. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Patreon, patreon.com/plannersandwine. We are always having such a good time, especially in our Discord community. We haven't we haven't archived our Facebook group yet, but it's coming because we don't be in there no more. Have you did it? Oh. The Facebook page is about to be gone. You know what? I actually actually deleted the Facebook app off my phone.
Yeah, that's what I was like, ooh.
They started just like putting on my like timeline, I guess, page, just so much like random stuff and random like news stories, a lot of right wing stuff for some reason. I'm just like, absolutely not Facebook. Absolutely. Only reason I still have one is because I just need it for my job. But outside of that, I'm not on Facebook anymore at all. So
yeah. And high key Instagram is starting to feel like that. Not with the right wing stuff, but just feels very disjointed. Like,
I
yeah.
feel like they are punishing me on the Discover page for
Mm-hmm.
not being on and engaging enough with posts, because I see the most like random sexual stuff. I'm like, why on here? I don't understand, because I guess I'm just never on there liking posts. I only get on and like, talk to my friends in the DMs and look at the stories. Like, that's all I do. So it feels like they're punishing me on the Discover page by showing me like the most weirdest shit ever. So,
which is so weird, because I'm like, I went there for a week. This is such a tangent, but I went there and I'm like, okay, I'm a like Digital Planet, I'm a like, tech stuff, cozy gaming. I'm a like it so they can start to understand like what I want to see. Reels just all over the place.
They still don't get it.
Yeah, it still doesn't. And I mean, maybe on my Discover page, I'll see a few posts that matches, but Reels are they just can't get the algorithm right over there.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's so weird. At least my Threads algorithm is pretty good.
Put that on Instagram.
I know, I don't get it.
And I was off of Threads for a minute, went back, and it felt exactly, the same. Nothing really changed.
Yeah, I don't see anything random out of left field. Only time I ever see anything out of left field is if somebody I follow like repost something, or not repost, but like responds to something, because they be responding to MAGAs and stuff all the time, and I just block the MAGA person because I'm like, I want to see this, and I'm gonna block you if like the people, if they keep talking to MAGA online, because I don't want to see that. I don't want to see what they have to say. I just don't. So yeah, it's just I don't understand. Instagram, get your shit together. I've given up on Facebook. I'm really about to just give up on Instagram
and
too.
I don't want to. I really don't want to, but
I know.
Yeah, y'all got to do something. Facebook gone, like fix IG, fix my phone,
fix my phone that I pay for.
Fix
exactly. But yeah, y'all. Thank y'all so much for listening. Myra, do you have anything else for the peeps?
No. Thank y'all for listening, and it's always a good time as always. And watch on YouTube. Throw us on in the background. Yeah. I know a lot of people, particularly our Patreon folks, they don't really care too much for watching us. They rather listen to the audio.
No shade.
No, I get it. I'm more of a listen podcaster too. But it does help us out a lot if you could just throw us on in the background. You don't have to sit there and watch us, but we trying to do some things over there on YouTube, so that will help.
Yes. Thank y'all so much for listening. Happy Easter. If you celebrate, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Bye, y'all.